Hi guys, my name is Mr. Mark and today I'm going to show you how to do the tutorials in Tinkercad. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to log into Tinkercad at tinkercad.com. So we click login and you will log in as a student, maybe with a student account or with a class code. I'm going to log in as an educator. Now after you leave the school and you're not with this school anymore, you'll log in with your personal account. Pretty much the same way. So I'm going to log in with my Google account, and I've done these tutorials before, but I can do them again. I'm going to show you how to do them as well. So there I am right there. And the way you find the tutorials once you're signed in is you go to Tinker and click 3D Design, and it will take you here. As you scroll down, you will find the tutorials at the bottom where it says Learn the Moves. Just click on it and you'll find 10 tutorials there that you can start with, and this is where we're going to start. So when the page opens, you'll have this is the work plane that you'll be working in right down here, and it will show you a cube in the middle, and over on the left side are the instructions that you have to follow. So it says place it. Welcome to Tinkercad. We are excited to have you with us. Tinkercad is used to build all types of creations by adding and removing shape from the design workspace. So it says let's add a shape to the work plane now. So it says see the orange shape on the work plane, and it's talking about this part right here. This is a hint. Hints help guide you as you get started. Find the box shape in the shapes panel on the right side, and it's talking about the right side right over here. So it says left click and drag the box shape to the hint on the work plane. Continue to the next step. So I just move my mouse over the red box and then I just grab it over here. So I just put it right there. And then it says click next. And it says congratulations, you just did it. That is tutorial number 1. It's so easy, isn't it? So let's go on to the next tutorial. Just click done. Okay, and then it says lesson completed. You have completed this lesson. You can continue it or take the next lesson. And we'll go to number 2 and we'll click view it. So let's do that now. Now as you're watching these lessons, if you feel like I'm going too fast and you want to slow down, just pause the video. You can always go back to it. You can rewind, fast forward, do whatever you want with the video to help you get used to Tinkercad. Just move it as fast as you want or as slow as you want. It's up to you. So here we are again, and we're just going to click continue. And then once we click continue, it opens up. And it says, while creating designs to see your shape from all sides, the view cube located at the top left of Tinkercad, and this is right here. This is the view cube. Helps you to look around. So it says just left click and drag anywhere on the view cube to see how it changes your point of view. So I'm going to click here and then move that like that, or move it to the front, or I can move it to the left. I can move it to the right. I can look underneath. So that's the view cube. And it tells you that. Try clicking different areas of the view cube to rotate the design to match. Then it says continue to the next step. So let's do that. Next, learn to zoom. Then it says from time to time it helps to take a closer look at your design. Practice zooming in and out. If you have a mouse with a scroll wheel, use it for zooming in and out. If you use a touchpad, you will use it to zoom the gestures that you normally use in other apps wanting to zoom. You may also zoom in and out by clicking the plus and minus buttons under the view cube. So here's the plus button, here's the minus button, or you can roll the mouse wheel and then you can just move it slowly. Here's the cube and I'm just spinning it around. There are other ways to move, and I think we're going to learn those next. So I'm going to click next. So it says we're looking around faster. So this time let's try to move it by only using your mouse or touchpad. and it says press or hold the right mouse button while moving your mouse to practice rotating the view of the design. So I'm going to do that. See, I'm pressing the right mouse button. If you want to use your touchpad, you can either press Control or left click while you drag, or simply right click and drag if you have your touchpad set up for accepting right clicks. Continue to the next step. Let's keep going. And then it says, got the hang of it? Great. Let's keep going. And then I'm going to click done. And then it's going to offer me to go to the next lesson. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, so here we have another move it. So it says, let's move the shapes around the work plane. So like I said, this is the work plane here, and we're just going to move the shapes to different places. You can move them here, there, or everywhere. So move each block to its hint. So this block will go here, this block will go here, this block will go here, and this block will go here. And then it says continue to the next step. So it says move the box height. Now that you've mastered the basics of moving around the board plane, let's try moving a shape vertically or up and down. When you move a shape up or down, you're moving it along the Z axis. It says select the shape to highlight it, and then click and hold the arrow icon on the top of the selected shape to lift it off the work plane. So I'm going to rotate it this way so you can see it. Zoom in a little. So here I'm going to click the shape, and it says click and hold the arrow icon on the top of the selected shape, which is right here, to move it up or down. And you can see that I'm moving it by that little white box there. So 1 millimeter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20 millimeters high, or back down to 0. Flat on the plane. Let's click next. And it says you did it, great work. And then click done. And then it shows you, let's rotate it, and that's the next lesson. Okay, so I click continue to go to the next window. Okay, so this is rotated. It says let's rotate shapes on the work plane. Okay, so it says continue to the next step. So when I continue to the next step, it says select the box by clicking on the shape. This will enable the handles like this. See how when I click a box, it enables the handles. These little white boxes are the handles. And this is how you reach into the program with your digital hand and manipulate the shapes on the inside and change them. So it says rotate your view to get the best view of the curve rotation handle. So I'm going to zoom in and then right click and move things around. So, and you notice here there's arrows here and arrows here. It says use the curved arrows to rotate each shape 45 degrees to match the hint. Repeat the rotation for any extra shapes that may be there until all matches the hint. So, okay, so this one has to rotate with this handle here. Now, notice when I turn it, it turns in like 15-degree steps if I'm inside here, but if I'm on the outside, it just smoothly goes around. So if I want to match it up, I'll just put it right there. Now for this one, I'm going to have to get above it so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to click it, and I'm going to find that little arrow, which is right here, and when it changes, I can move it. And I want to move it on the inside. That way I don't have to try to figure out where 45 degrees is. I'll just move it inside the little circle. And then I'm just going to go over here, look at this one, rotate this around, and just like before, I'm going to grab the arrow and I'm done. And then I click next. Yay, I'm done. There's the stars. Click done, and it says ready for the next lesson. Okay, so let's click continue and size it up. That's where we're at now. So we're going to make a change to the basic shape by sizing it up, and then we'll continue to the next step. So make sure each box matches the shape. So select a box by left clicking on the shape. This will enable the handles. So clicking on the box, you can see the white handles have appeared. Use the black handles on the bottom edge of each shape to size the shape in a single direction. So right here, I'm going to size the shape this way, the black handle. Okay, and use the white handles to do it in 2 directions at once. So I can go in like this, that would be 2 directions, but I think it's easier to use the black handles. Continue to the next step. So let's click on this one here. Put that one right there. Drag this one here. And this one here's got to go out like that. And this one here goes, this one here, like that. Okay. And that should be perfect. And it says continue to the next step. Boom, we've done it. Keep up the good work. Then it says group it. That's the next tutorial. Okay, so let's click continue. Okay, so this says group it. Building with basic shapes is a lot of fun, but did you know you can combine shapes to create new shapes? Let's try grouping some shapes. And we click next to get to the instructions for this. So it says the cylinder shape on the left is set to an orange color, and that's the cylinder shape in the middle. The cylinder to the right is what they call a hole. What happens when we group a box with each of these shapes? Let's try it now. So it says select the box on the left by left clicking the shape. Hold down the shift on your keyboard and also select the orange cylinder. Now I've selected both of them. And it says show hint. Shapes you have selected will be outlined in a blue color. So if it's selected, you can see the blue around it. With both shapes selected, click the group button on the right side of the top toolbar. So we're going to go over here. Right here is the group, or you can see the shortcut key is Control G. So I'm just going to click that. And now I have 2 objects that are now one object. So they should both be the same color, and they are. One of them's red and the other one's red. The group color will match the first shape selected when creating the group. So if you wanted that to be orange, you would have picked the cylinder first, and then you would have picked the cube. If you pick the cylinder first, the group will be orange. Selecting the box first will make it red. So let's go on to the next step. Then it says group the shapes on the right. Now try the same steps with the shapes on the right so we can see what happens. It shows you a clue what's going to happen. So it says select the box on the right by left clicking on the shape. Hold the shift button down and also select the transparent cylinder, which is here. Now we got them both selected. Remember, shapes that you have selected will be outlined in blue color. With both shapes selected, click the group button on the toolbar. This time the cylinder should make a hole in the red box shape. So let's click it and see what happens. And boom, there it is. I've got a hole right in there. Wow. Then we click next and we're done. You've got it. So you click done and it says lesson 7 is next, which is copy it. So we're going to do that next. Okay, so let's click continue. And it opens up here for copy it while creating. In Tinkercad, it can be helpful to make a copy of a shape in your design. To make a copy, we can use the copy button on the top of the toolbar or use the hotkeys. We'll look at both options. So it says drag and drop the box shape from the library of shapes on the right side of the screen onto the work plane. So I'm going to grab it and drop it right there. select the shape on the work plane by clicking on it. Use the copy icon from the top of the toolbar to create a copy. So if I click here and I press the copy icon from the top of the toolbar, which is right here, there's copy right there. So I click it, use the paste icon to place a copy of your selected shape next to the original. So if I press copy and then I press paste, it makes it right next to the original. You can also use Control C, or if you're on a Mac, it would be Command C for copy, or Control V, or for a Mac would be Command V, and move the pasted box into position of one of the boxes in orange. So I got this one here. He's going to go right there. And then I'm going to click him again, Control C, and then Control V, and this one's going to go right here. And then Control C, Control V, and this one's going to go right there. And we're done. Then it says, what happens when you make a copy of a shape and then press the paste more than once? So let's do that. So I've already, if I put Control C and I got Control V, Control V, Control V. So you can see it just keeps making duplicates of the original. So that is what happens. Let me click that one. Here we go. What happens when you move your shape after pasting, then press paste again? So if I do here, Control C, Control V, Control V. So wherever you move the new shape, that's where it's going to paste that. Well, that was interesting. Glad we did that. So, and we are done. Let's complete it. Next we have duplicate. Okay, so that lesson is completed. We're going to click on the continue button to duplicate it. So let's click continue. And now we're going to learn the duplicate command. It says the duplicate command is similar to the copy command, but has few added benefits. Let's try it out and see what the duplicate command can do. So let's click next to continue. Duplicating a shape will create an exact copy directly on top of the existing shape. Drag a shape from the shape panel onto the work plane in the center of the screen. So I'm going to grab it there and drop it. Click the duplicate icon in the top of the toolbar. The new shape will be placed exactly on top of the reference shape. Duplicate hotkey is Control D or Command D. So also up here, it is the duplicate button is right up here. So if I click it, I have a new shape right on top of that one. So once the duplicate shape has been placed, you can move or modify the duplicate shape, then press the duplicate icon. While selected, make a change to the duplicated shape. So we did place a shape here, and you can see it right there. So it says make a change to it. You know, for example, let's change the color of that one shape. Well, you notice what happened when I changed the color? There it is right there. Just gotta move it over. Right there. So I've changed it. Made it just like that. So, and then I can do Control D and make a duplicate copy. Let's make a change. Like that. So if I press Control D, look what happens there. It's like steps. Duplicate. Cool. Or I can press Control Z. Like this. So I want to make steps. Slide it over like this. Control D. And then I'll just do Control D. Wow, look at that. That's pretty cool. Wow, that's neat. Let's click next. You did it. We're done. And just like before, we're just going to click done to go on to the next one, and the next one is hide it. Okay, so let's click continue. And this will open up a new window, and it says click on the red rectangle on the work plane and try hiding it. So the instructions say to hide the selected shape by clicking on the hide icon or the light bulb on the shape pop-up. You can also hide the selected shape using the hotkey. And what it means by the pop-up is when I click the shape on the right side, this pops up. So to hide it, it says we just need to click right on it. And once you click on it, you'll see that there's some things that are hidden underneath. It says unhide the shape by using the icon on the top of the toolbar again to unhide it, and that puts it right back. So you click here to hide it, click hide, and then here to put it back, just like that. Hide with the lasso tool. Another way to hide objects is to click and drag a selection around the objects you want to hide. The click and drag function is called the lasso tool. It says make a selection by clicking on the screen and dragging a box around the objects you want to hide. So for example, let's get rid of that. So I can drag a box just like that by left clicking and dragging my mouse from the left to the right, just like that. And then just like before, click and it hides everything. Control Z. You can also use the Control H. So if I want to hide that, I can do Control H, and it hides it like that. And it says unhide the shape by using the icon at the top of the toolbar, which is right there, and it brings everything right back. Okay, then I click next, and you did it. Hiding shapes is a great tool to keep your work area tidy when you're designing something. Note that clicking show all on the top of the toolbar will unhide all objects that may be hidden in your design. You can hide multiple shapes at once by dragging the selection box around the shapes you want to hide, or you can shift click to individual shapes. For example, I can click both like that, or I can click one shape, shift click, and click the other shape like that if I want to do both of them. And then click done, and we are done. And then we're going to go to the last piece, which is align it. Okay, so for this one here, it says click continue to click on align it. So we're going to click continue. And it says when building, you may need to line up shapes. Let's try aligning some shapes. So click continue. Let's explore the different ways these box shapes can be aligned. Hovering over an alignment handle will show a preview of what the alignment will look like, and clicking a handle will move the shapes into a new position. Let's try previewing all the alignment options. So it says select all the box shapes by holding shift on the keyboard and left clicking on each box shape. So let's do it like this, just like that. So now I have them all selected. Select all the box shape by holding shift on the keyboard. It says shapes you have selected will be outlined in blue color. So you can see there's a little outline in blue color there. Click the align button on the right side of the top toolbar. So up here is the align button. So I'm going to click that. You see those black dots, alignment handles that showed up. So it says clicking on any of the alignment handles will move the shapes into the align position. The undo button on the toolbar will change back to the original position if needed. and then try to align the boxes on the work plane aligned to the front box. So we're going to align everything according to this front box. So I can move them all over like that, and I see I still got some boxes over here. I don't need those there. And then let's see, let's click everything again. Everything is selected, right? Yeah. And now now we're going to click align, and then I can put everything, for example, aligned right there by clicking on the box there. And if I want to keep on aligning, I can put everything right there. So now I have 3 right there, and I can show you that if I just click here and I drag them out the way like that, and then I can just line them all up again. So if I want to align them, click there, and then just line everything up, and everything is lined up right here. I can move one of these out the way, and yeah, that's it. So let's line them both up again, just like that. Click the alignment handle, and then click everything to the right. And then if I want to move everything in, I just click this handle here, and it groups everything together, just like the instructions say. Okay, and that's it. You've got it. Congratulations, you're done. Lesson complete. You completed this lesson, and that is all of the tutorials. So let's go do something else.